Alright, and we are live. Alright, gonna be painting up some Black Templars tonight. Actually, I don't know quite which model I want to do yet, so I'm just gonna talk through that decision right now. So, for options here, we got this Marshal here. I already started, not very far in him, but figure people might not want to watch a miniature that's been already worked on off stream. We got this guy over here that has sort of first layer of black done, but besides that, he is has any other work done to him. And then we got this champion right here, who's got basically only just a spray prime. And if I think we might work on this guy just so we have a fresh start for the stream. But if anyone has any contradicting opinions, just let me know and we can work on something else. I'll just give people a few minutes to pile in here. So, need to fix just one thing. We are live, right? Yeah, we're good. Just try this out. Weird. Hold on, people. Just 1 second. Because I'm seeing something a little strange going on the YouTube side of things. Just try this out. Oh, no, never mind. We're good. Okay. Very nice. You know what? I just realized I never put a thumbnail. Let me just do some quick editing here. But just, at least so we have something up. I think I'll probably help people actually find the stream. There we go. Alright. So, I think we are gonna start with this fella right here, in case anyone something the contrary to say. Also, let me mess with the focus here, because yeah, I don't think autofocus is the move, right? Maybe it is. Maybe just like the lengths up. That looks good enough, I think. See, now I'm having second thoughts. I kind of want to be doing non-metallic metal. You know, I know this is gonna take me a while, so I'll start on this guy. If anyone else joins, I'll maybe mix it up. All right. You know what? Let me just go grab all the. Let's do like a smaller area first, just test it out. Probably on the hilt of a sword, I think, is a good. A good candidate. So let's just quickly switch those around. As I just punch my light above me. Seems like we got a bit of a clog here. Alright, just clear that up and it's better. Trying to make sure you guys got the best focus possible. And I'm just gonna come in here with the white. I think that doesn't look so bad, huh? Let's do this. Let's still angle a bit. I think that's looking great, honestly. You know what? I just realized it's probably a better idea to actually start doing some of the other colors on this guy beforehand, just so I can actually get a I won't risk messing up other stuff along the way, right? So I guess for tabard color we'll do what are we thinking, like yeah, I'm thinking red and white, classic, right? Hey, check in, man. Got tunes going on, painting, just saying hi. Hello, Threads. We are painting up this Marshall here. He's gonna be quite the project, I think, but I guess I make it much more difficult on myself by doing all the metallics, non-metallic metal. But you know, we'll make it work. I do like some of your recent things you've been posting in Faces Discord. You have some very creative kit bashes going on, and I really appreciate that. Especially someone who's just doing like an out of the box model here. More things up, so I think I have a skeleton going back here, right? Do I not? Okay, fetch that one too then. Alright, thanks. Appreciate that. Work on tonight. And my homebrew kit bashes. Very nice. Looking forward to seeing some more of those. What kind of music you listen to? It's like an inbuilt trim, but I think I'll just ignore that. Just do the whole cape one color. Actually, I'm starting off way too bright. Blocked. Sorry, Gino's not around. He was like bugging me in the Discord about starting late. My preferred music? Oh wait. I listen to a wide range, however, my preferred music most people are not into. I mean, try me, I feel like I'm pretty accepting as far as most genres go. Lots of underground metal and metal covers of pop songs. It's fun. Name me a couple bands. Maybe I've heard of something. Ginger, Kim Dracula, Banshee, Bone Crew. Oh, Spirit Box, Pop. Okay. Yeah, I know those last few. A Spirit Box and Poppy more so. Ginger, Kim Dracula, Banshee, and Bone Crew sound vaguely familiar. So we've got two I have no clue. Two of them I've heard of, or I actually recall songs of theirs, and then two that I probably heard the name somewhere but could not drum out a tune if you made me. I mean, I feel like that's not bad. I actually don't know what I'm doing for shoulder pad. Need to figure out momentarily. Sorry, my voice is a bit weird. I have some tea to try and help, but I think allergies have just sort of been really messing with my throat. Not gonna do it midstream, but if I remember, I might add some of those Spotify during my commute tomorrow morning. I think I'm maybe just skipping classes because I gotta get my lore written out for Faces of Homebrew area. The chapter is the Nomads. Oh man, see, that's like I don't think we ever talked about them, right? At least I haven't. I don't remember being part of any discussion about the Nomads. I'm just trying to think through your projects, right? I know you have those fellows that are all covered up in like the netting and the mesh. Right? Those look like Imperial Guard, unless those are your Space Marines. And my apologies. I know you have your orcs, your like skeletal orcs. I'm trying to think of if I've seen you post many Space Marines. I can't think of many off the top of my head, but that might just be a me problem. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I feel like there's somewhat of a stigma around female front bands. I don't necessarily dislike them when I hear them. Just I feel like there's pretty few that I can name off the top of my head, which is a thing. I saw a Polish band named Mirkfolk like a long time ago now. I have. They're just kit bashed out of Space Marine likeness. Ah, gotcha. Which I mean, there is absolutely no problem with that, right? Always nice to see people doing their own thing instead of whatever a company tells them. I don't really know what I would do for the housing of the gun either, but I figure we'll do some red on him also. I'm being very careful now because for whatever reason I decided to do non-metallic metal as like the second step of the mini. So now I have a lot riding on not messing everything up. I don't play, so I build what I like. I literally cut out screws in the box and put. Yep. Yeah, no, there's a whole lot of creativity going on with theater projects, which I can appreciate. Unlike me, I'm chained to the game. I'm chained to the lore. I'll always try to follow the rules. We'll do some more creative stuff with my Plague Orcs, because I haven't been doing many kit bashes recently. I feel like that's a bit of a shame. So I just have a big batch of Thousand Suns bits that I bought. And I'm just gonna start using them to orcs, green stuffing them, and hopefully carry on some of your spirit into those models. The iconic threads creativity. I do have some more regular Space Marines I'm paying up just to have, yeah. I mean, I think it's, you know, it's always nice to just use models for practice. Hey, I have a shirt with your thumbnail on it. Hey, I have a book. Oh! Oh, it's Warden. Post Rez again. Yeah, it's the famous John Blanche 3rd edition cover art. I do see that artwork everywhere. That's like D40k artwork. That's why I play. That's why I play this faction, is because of that artwork. I probably play a lot of the faction I play because of John Blanche artworks. Hey, it's Warden. Everyone say hi to Warden. Everyone be nice to Warden. He's our guy. Parasite of Mordtrex, what a sick model. It's weird in the best ways. So I made the really poor decision of... I looked at these three models, deciding what I should play on stream. There was no one in here for the first like 5 or so minutes. So I didn't have any other opinions. I said, okay, I'm further up on this guy, I'll do this guy. But I'm gonna do all the metallic on him with in non-metallic metals. Which I think is gonna like probably at least double the length of time it takes me to actually get him painted. But hey. I think we just go for it. Because I have a feeling... I want him to look sick. I want him to look... I didn't put too much effort to kit bash him, but he is like my guy. He is the marshal of this crusade. I'm doing, so he needs to look spectacular. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You can even see just like, I don't know how well it shows up on camera. Let's adjust the focus here a little bit. I'm gonna do something a little weird here. Just make sure there's no extra. There you guys go. All right. Is that any better? However, there's like trim here. I'm doing all the trim in gold. So I get all the upsides of painting a chaos model of like endless chaos trim on my loyalists also. Maybe just because it's blown up on my screen, but yeah, this like focus looks awful. Autofocus is somehow worse. Whatever. You might just need to get a dedicated camera. That's not just my phone. Alright, we now have at least some red on every part of the model that's supposed to be red. I'm less paranoid about messing up the non-metallic metals. So, actually, I just realized we don't have this hilt done. Or this hilt. And I'm pretty sure we can momentarily get back on the non-metallic metal grind. He's also going to be, like, halved. Well, I think is a really cool way, but it's going to add even more work. I mean, he's, like, bigger than a warrior, right? Like, he's, like, you know... He's, like, a guy. He's a fella. He's not, like, a hive tyrant or, like, a... Definitely not Norm, right? He's just a cool little dude. I appreciate you talking down to him. He tries really hard for the swarm. He does his best. Bet there's more paint on the warrior. I mean, he has wings, right? Most students are what, like 3 colors, so he's 4. Really sucks the camera isn't picking this up because I'm really happy with me just randomly trying out a non-metallic metal and like it works really well. And it's like actually not, I think it's not hard to do, but I think it's also just me. I finally got to a point where I'm just, I know what lights and shadows and stuff are supposed to look like, so I just am now able to replicate the look. This is like my second attempt. I think it's coming out good. Have a great rest of your night, Threads. If I didn't hate myself, I'll make his wings Careburg Crimson like the Demon Prince. I think the metallics alone are gonna take me 3 hours if I'm being honest. Actually, no, it's gonna take longer. You have very efficient paint jobs, Grave. I feel like you paint super, super quick. Like quick and like really, really nice. I think like use of time and just like, you know, I'll making sure you're always doing stuff right. Which I think is sort of where I get bogged down with like something needs to look exactly the way I want it, and I need like end up glazing and doing all these little back and forth things to make every little thing look exactly how I like it. And you just sort of, I think, this is not like a put down. This is like even like of sponging. I from the streams I've been watching you, right? You just sort of like let be, and even when you do brush highlights, it's typically a little bit of a softer touch, and you just sort of go with it. Whereas if I like sponge the detail, I have like I'm a bit of a control freak. I need everything to look exactly how I want it. Hello, Mr. Oh, I can't call you Gino. Nold. So first of all, you started you started saying, "Oh man, the stream's so late," and then you don't even join on time. There's like a solid 40 minutes of content you just missed. Everything is exactly how I want it. Yeah, I think that might just be like a skill difference there because I could imagine. I feel like I paint a lot also. Good thing we are brainless here in this chat. You won't have to work. We just go off pure instinct. Mel chat. Also, so this is my second attempt at doing, and call me whatever you want, just don't call me late for dinner. Check DM. This is me? Yo! Good. He's such a creepy little guy, isn't he? I like the little green bits on his tail. I like the red wings. Do you do red for weapons? I have to model this room by Friday with a software I don't really know how to use. All this room. I still have... In my head, I'm trying to put together what you do, Nold. I don't want to like dox you on stream, but I still don't really know because it feels like you're doing like 4 different engineering disciplines. Obviously, don't say it out loud, but I'm just trying to use the context that I'm being given. Shalom. Yeah, so we are doing all non-metallic metal on this bad boy. Is my head getting in there? Yeah, it's kind of. Let me not do that. Yeah, no, it seems like it. One night you're out here getting scanners. I'm like, does he like work in like signals and systems engineering? Like, what is this? And next year he's like designing rooms and stuff. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? Map, I LiDAR scan, I verify construction, I find, yeah. I'm just hoping you're getting paid, little buddy. I do not for my skill set. I would say, look for new employment, but given the current job market, how it's been working out for me, yeah, don't maybe don't. Maybe just like keep whatever you got going, cause ain't looking too good out here. In the 3 years I've been at this industry officially, my main software I use have changed so much due to my input alone. Nice. Love to see it. We love seeing Gino in positions of power and an industry, a real industry forerunner. That Mister. Sorry, Nold. I'm so. Please don't persecute me too badly. It's actually insane. Well, you want a job? I always forget your engineering experience, but I work for an engineering firm. Gino's getting me employed. He's gonna steal me when he can. Yeah, if you need a master's mechanical and aerospace engineering guy, I am your. I'm the perfect candidate. A fresh master's grad, or going to be in month or two. That's partially why I So I'm gonna have a real go at YouTube in a few months, because that's when I'm gonna have a bit more time. I have basically a research job, and it's like pretty well paying. It's I'm not gonna say out loud, but it's like not bad for a student research position. Actually, very good for a student research position. It's better than most of our offers, and it's like not a lot of work. So I figure I will keep that going for as long as possible. Give myself a few months breathing room while I look for another job in the time, and also I try to figure out YouTube. My boss is an aerospace engineer. He doesn't do anything especially. Well, he doesn't know anything. If you guys need, so I actually do have quite a bit of construction experience. This is somewhat turned into an interview. Before I went back to school, and while I was doing my undergrad, I actually worked in construction as a plumber. But going to meetings, doing all that fun stuff, I have a decent idea of what that looks like. So hey. Yeah, I've been meaning to move out of Jersey for a while, so so I'm the perfect candidate, Gino. I'll send my application. Also, I'm really upset how bad, like, how the non-metallic metal looks on camera. Like, it looks horrible. Sorry about that. I need to get a better camera. I'm gonna be doing this more often. I think once I finish the NMM, I'll post. Hey, you want out of Jersey? We got jobs that will get you to travel, but that's my department. We'll talk about this later before we like dox ourselves for real. Live in 4K or whatever this is being streamed at. I think like 1080. The other thing I need to do that my D&D players keep telling me is actually monetizing my RPG that I'm developing. However, it's very D&D adjacent, so I never feel comfortable trying to, start a Patreon or anything for that. Although I have had people tell me they'll support me just, because they use it. I don't like the way non-metallic metal looks. I often didn't like it either, but I think that changed when I started doing it, aka this weekend, because you basically can adjust how it looks to fit your vision of the model. So I think that's sort of what won me over actually doing it myself. I think this looks like crazy good, but obviously it's my guy. So I would say that, wouldn't I? Get some more yellow in there. And do sort of like a sheen down the side. That looks good. I dare say that even looks great. Hmm. I was thinking of doing something. I'm not gonna do it. I think we might just do that all in silver, actually. And I think we'll do everything here except for the skull in gold. There's obviously the gem over there. Actually, no, we're not. We're only gonna do half, right? We're gonna do it like we did the chest plate. So we have half and half. I wish I could get non-metallic down, melt down. Yeah, I'm surprised I like immediately took to it. I figured it was like something you really need to practice at, and I just somehow lucked out, I guess. I think a lot of it's just how I paint usually. What's the Holy Depression, Batman? What's that in response to? All right, let me actually get some coffee. Let me wake up a little bit. Hey, come on, Warden. Cheer up. You're a good painter and even gooder guy. And I like your Parasite more trucks. That help at all? Probably not, but worth a try. I think what I might do in like maybe another hour, I actually finish the non-metallic metal. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna take a few minutes. I'm gonna get like a nice picture of it on stream, so everyone can see. Mm-hmm. I would. I had something go. I don't know if you guys ever had, or I don't know if you guys have been interviewing recently. I've been having some very strange outcomes at interviews. It would usually it's almost always they like put you in their little interview process, and then they like they'll have their, their starting salary, whatever, and then they'll say, hey, we don't only want you for this position, but how about you interview for this other position that's like basically the same thing. You're like, okay, and then you check the salary, and it goes from like a $50 salary to like a $15, and just crazy. I think it's like a legitimate tactic that people are using now for high skill jobs to like see how desperate people are and just like have multiple people on, um like interview multiple candidates and then see how low people are willing to go. Like that's what I have a feeling is going on right now, because I've had that happen uh, two separate times, and it was really like seedy seeming. It's like I feel obviously I get it's experience, but I feel like there's other jobs that I'd be doing for that amount of money. In all honesty. See, now that I say it out loud, I feel like I told that exact same story on stream before, but I'm still not over it. Like a lame paper printer or a base 3D printer that you could print models on when no one's looking. That's some lame HP. Ooh, 3D printer. Excellent, excellent. I thought this was mundane office printer. I'm not familiar. X2C, is that resin or like filament? And is it good? Actually, no. Let's expose Gino. Look at the price here. Oh, Bamboo Labs X2C. High performance. Yeah, okay. Yeah, price on this thing? Seems like they, I guess it's like industrial, right? Doesn't list prices here. Oh, when you said the Wii, I didn't think this was like a personal thing. I thought this was a I thought the Wii was your department, whatever. I see. Very cool. Very nice, Gino. I already know I'm gonna be posting this thing for like the next next like few days to everybody I know. Yeah, gotcha. Because I have resin printers. I tried making the whole, oh, I'm gonna make money off this thing work. Did not feel like it was worth it. But also, I got very few contracts just because I was just starting out. and I had to lower my prices a bunch to actually get orders, and I was not making a lot of money. A tool changer for what? Microcard, Micro Center card has 6 month no interest financing, so it's easy credit builder card. I see. I remember growing up, we had a family friend with like bad debt, and that like forever just scarred me. I've never been like a big credit card guy. I've never not paid off a credit card in time. Like it's always they're always, if I need to use them, they're constantly paid off. I never really got to whatever the best card is or whatever. I just use it when I need to. Ooh, okay, yeah, that's not good, Gino. Jeez. All right. Maybe it's good that I'm irrationally afraid of debt. maybe maybe it's like a good instinct to have. Now that I hear that, I'm really sorry to hear that, man. But you're a smart guy. I'm sure you have a way out of it. Okay, yeah. See, you scare me because I've known people with bad debt, or like I've had that like randomly just dropped on me. Like, oh yeah, by the way, I owe my entire livelihood. I have an amount of debt I'll never pay off. I don't plan to pay it off. And living with that kind of stress is like I literally just could never. Also, the last time you were asked if I wet blend or dry blend non-metallic metal. So that was my first time, so speaking, I have not too much experience. You know, I was dry blending everything, but then I had to go back and then glaze a lot. So... I am now doing a bit more on the side of wet blending because I feel like it's just been a lot faster. Although I know you're not a wet blending guy, Gino. I've just realized I keep putting my head in the frame. My hair, I'm not having a good hair day. I literally didn't do like nothing to my hair. It's been all long and floppy and not in accordance with my usual protocol. Just put it that way. Let me see how this gun gets painted up. Just like what GW decided to do with the model. Open image in new tab. I think we might do, for only a little bit of gold on this side, I think we're gonna do this firearm here. I just realized I didn't never undercode this with my warm gray or warm dark gray, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, cars are crazy now. I'm very happy. I just happened to turn when I buy my car, I bought like 17. I'm just happy I started driving when I did, because it was, looking back, it was a pretty good time to buy a used car. It was like 2019 or like maybe early 2020. It was like pre-pandemic. And that was a great period, actually. I was able to pay it off relatively quickly. But yeah, no, the prices now are going crazy for those. From the factory, nice. I mean, yeah, you're like a car guy though, right? I assume you got your specifications. I got mine used for like a pretty good price. It was a really weird buying period though, or like it was a really weird negotiation, because the guy that we were talking to was like, I guess, a newer salesman. Unless they were a lie they told us because I was part of sales. I don't think so. I think it was genuine. And me and my dad, that sort of like good cop, bad cop, and we managed to talk our way down to I think like $2,000 underneath the market price, which is already a pretty fair price. Actually, no. I think it was like 20K when we talked him to 16, and we signed all the paperwork for 16, and then he got like chewed out, and then the head of the guy, or the head of the store, the manager, whoever, took us up to his office and said, "I apologize, we can't do it for that price." And they tried to talk us back down. Legacy Sport, man. This is... I got you. Okay, that's nice. Anyway, we did not get for 16. They just threw in all their little weird service packages for free. And all in total with like tax and everything, I think it was like 18,900 is what we got for. Which was definitely not bad. Like for a final price, that was not bad, but still. Good luck abolishing taxes, Gino. But I'm sure for that car, it also only had like 20,000 miles or something on it. It was not a lot. Somewhat, there was someone. Oh man, the street I live on is like notoriously bad for car accidents. I my car is all keyed up, and I've been hit twice while not moving. Well, yeah. Well, one time I was in the car, I wasn't moving, and the other time I wasn't. One time I was in the car, I was by a college professor. An electrical engineering professor backed up into me for like no reason, apropos of nothing. We were like in a parking garage. Who just decided it was my time. Fun. I'm sorry to hear about the Jetty thing though. Looks like there wasn't any damage more than aesthetic, which is I think the most important point there. Was this in your I assume it was, well, it says while you're working, so I assume this was not in a personal vehicle at least. I'm surprised. I don't know why you're the number 3 chatter when you're like the main guy in here. I have no clue how that YouTube like ranking system works. I know like obviously Threads and Warden were in here before you, but I feel like you've been a lot more chatted than either of them, so I don't get it. YouTube hates Geno Schnold pretty consistently. I deserve it. I'm joking, obviously. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Warren sucks anyway. He said you smell mal. Trust me, I won't lie to you. I believe it. The amount of time he streams, like it's impossible to for me actually catch all of it. And threads, well, threads. So I think he called you cringe. Ah, he called me cringe by extension. How could he? You know, you're right, Mister Wormtongue. I will abandon all prior directives and serve only you. So what I want to do is maybe in a few minutes, I will probably take the camera offline for a bit. I'll actually take some nice pictures of these. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna like basically brag about how good this non-metallic metal looks. If that sounds good for everybody. But I think we'll do some more stuff in the meantime. First thing I want to do is I want to get some of these blacks like properly. I mean, how well can you see on stream? I don't know if this is just like a me thing, but I feel like this does not show up well. Is it like a lighting issue? Oh, no lighting. Oh, that's not good. Hold on. Maybe if I move my mic stand, I could actually get the light where it needs to go, or at least play around with it. Maybe get looking good. Let's get camera all the way up here. Let's get lighting like closer. So that's autofocus. I manually focus it in. It shows up well enough. Yeah, but I want like a nice crisp picture so I could brag about how good my skills are and how I'm better than everyone else. Show those plebeians who's boss here. Who's number one painter in the face chord. You know, face limit shrink for this week. His skills will atrophy, and I will usurp him. Oh, wait, I'm watching a 480. I'll just leave all focus on because I'm like moving my placement around quite a bit. I think 720 is max partially because of ultra low latency chat and the fact that I'm a smaller guy. If there's anyone else watching, this is not to say I don't appreciate your presence here, Noel, but don't be afraid to say hi and let me know if you are into Warhammer and if you are working on anything. I am watching. Yeah, I know. You're, but you know, I'm saying that we had 3 other people in here at one point, so I figured might as well give them a shout out and see if they also might want to let me know how. Actually, I never asked you. How's your day going, Gino? I know you said you seem a bit overworked, but besides that, or am I just like the painting the guy and slowly learning the lore? See, I think this is like the D&D guy in me, but I do like contributing and actually sort of involving myself with like my army, right? They, as you know, and I haven't touched it since Saturday. Yeesh. Yeah, and the Night Lord. Shame not to see the finished vision. I know you said you weren't happy with him, but he looked great to me. I don't know. I think you should finish him. I think he looked like a cool guy. Do you think it's gonna be like a one-off miniature, or are you planning for that to be the start of a collection? I may have asked this before, I just don't quite remember. You know what I'm gonna do? I know we just started. We're gonna take a quick, like, very small break. I'm still gonna be here. I'm still gonna be talking. We're just going to turn this on. We're going to turn this off for a second. I just need to take a few pictures. Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure, you know, we got a good look at this guy, because I am kind of really happy with how he's turning out. Am I using my 4K camera? Or does it look like? Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post this in the face cord. I got Kill Team to paint. They're gonna be Night Lords. Very cool. Yeah, Kill Team's a great way to start off like smaller forces. I really should try doing that a few times, but I just never get the the motivation to do smaller armies myself. The face cord is a great name. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm personally all for the face cord. Also, throw some like feedback and criticism, whatever, at me, Gino. How do you think the guy looks? I might be biased here. I might be like, I usually don't love my models, but I think this guy's looking pretty snazzy. So, I'm gonna save the image to my desktop. I'm going to get the guy open the OBS. Scale him down a bunch. I just realized all this is like live, so whatever. Good thing I didn't open like some... Oh, I mirrored him? Oh, I did mirror him. I feel like I'm... Let me scrub through a stream. I usually left or right biased when I paint. That's good. Okay, and then how are we doing on... Ooh, my battery's running out on my phone. So let me plug that in and just deal with the wire. Alright. Gotcha. Ammo studio, right? Like the troglodyte I am. Okay. Camo. Connect everything back up because disconnected. I've been playing some Morrowind recently. That's been fun. I do like that game. It's glitching there, but I think it should look fine, good for you guys. Is okay, cool. I think that's better, right? That's good. Alright. I think that just gives people slightly better view of what we're painting. My pommels need more white. You know what, Gino? Just for you. A bit more white in the pommels. They don't give all. Yeah. Fair. Oh yeah, especially in the picture you were looking at. Yeah, I think I agree. So I think I was a little too heavy on my correction. There you go. Crits delivered. You must pay me now. I'm good. I don't think so. It's like the guy at Atlantic City that's giving you blackjack tips. As he's just like just the boomer tweaker that's like staying over your shoulder, yelling at you at what you're supposed to be doing, and if you ever do win big, he starts demanding like $50 from you. That's the energy you're giving off, Gino. It's not a good look. I'm joking. But I am not paying you. I'm serious about that. To be clear here. Well, I think we actually do need a little bit more of mid-tone here. As much as I do like those placements, I think it's way too stark. And usually I'll start off with a slightly I don't care poo poo pee pee, I am the scum. Very insightful, Gino. You know what? That was so good. Put user in timeout. You know what? I was gonna put you in timeout, but because it's closer, it's less distance I need to move. There, there you go, buddy. You've been forcefully conscripted. You're about to, but instead, you've been ascended. No! Yes, yes. Your name is enshrined in blue, and you will be forced to toil. No recompense. Wall of blue is bad. Scary for commenters. Alright, there. Null's been removed. Scary for commenters. I've never been scared of a live streamer a day in my life. What kind of yellow belly do you take me for? Nold is the chaos. I'm sorry, Gino. I can't keep track of all the alternate personas. So Nold's the chaos. Gino is nice guy. Is that what I'm supposed to be getting out of this? Nice guy Gino. Do we have nice guy Gino in chat? This is off topic, but just because I see him over here. I've also been working on these bad boys. Is this live? Delay seems crazy. My Ungor depends on the day. I don't know if that replay is really accurate, because that seemed like a crazy delay compared to what it was a few minutes ago. Some Black Army Old World Orcs. Black Army. Or just talking about like the default paint job, or they're black, or we're talking about black orcs who are like the elites, or are you referencing a model range I don't necessarily recognize? I think they're called Black Army. Yeah? Might not be familiar. Friday, I fought against Old World Orcs that happened to be painted in black. And it was somewhat of an army, it was 750 points, but close enough to an army, I guess. There's also black. I'm talking about the cool orcs and black armor. Oh yeah, black orcs. Yep. Yeah, it was the army part that was throwing me off there. Yeah, yeah, black orcs are sick. I've seen a lot of people just use the New Age of Sigmar guys. Um, the Oryx, I think, is I forget if they have like they probably have some more marketable name, but those minis, it's just the army full of black orcs basically. A lot of people just steal those models. World. The old ones look good too. I like all the heads. Yep, Black Orc Mob. Yep, that's the guys. Also, since they're old world, they're probably cheaper. You probably get like 20 guys for 80. I think is what they should be if I know old world pricing. Which is kind of good. Like, you know, it sounds like a lot of money, but then you consider GW sells for other games like elites in groups of 5 or 3s and charge you $60. So obviously it depends on you actually painting 80 of them, but having a big old brick of black orcs and not having to buy, you know, like, was it 4 boxes does have an appeal. Alright. Let's mix up some more of that midtone because I think there's like a pocket back here that I just want to sort of throw some paint in, make sure it at least reads as painted from the back, even though I'm realistic back there. Gonna find the black market 3D. Yeah, not even fair. A fair thing. I do like putting together GW kits, although I obviously also use my fair share of 3D printing. I usually just 3D print if I think there's like cooler models out there rather than wanting to necessarily get models for cheaper. But of course, that's, you know, my financial situation. Everybody's a little different. I say as an unemployed college student, but I have the benefit of having a pretty cheap otherwise life. So I splurge occasionally on some plastic models. I don't necessarily think painting this trim before I actually paint the rest of the red isn't necessarily the go, but that's how I started off doing on the front, so that's how I'm gonna continue doing on the back. Gino, what color should his gun be? I don't know what color I'm gonna paint his gun. It's your choice. When it's your choice, I mean you have like 3 options. You have like red, all metallic, or black. Those are your choices. I lied to you when I said you had free reign. It's all because 0 concurrent viewers. Gino left. Oh god, so what are we getting? If anyone bossed me around, I have to start thinking for myself. Who's gonna help me drown out the void? Isn't it a plasma gun? It's a Volkite, like it's a Volkite thing. I'm more so for the casing. Yeah, you used to think I left. You're back now. So I don't stink. I get told I smell good, like a surprising amount. Which is one of those things that I don't know how to react to. I'm always told I take Calpins very badly. I think some guy told me in army green with non-metallic metal accents. Well, sorry, Gino, you have 3 choices. You have red, black, or silver. This was multiple choice, not open-ended. I fooled you. So when I was walking, some guy told me I had a cute-looking dog. I had no clue how to respond to it, so I was just like, thanks. Just kept walking. The green will pop. I don't necessarily want to pop that much though. There's already gonna be some like glowing energy, but I'll keep in mind. Can't promise you I'll do it, but I'll keep in mind. It was going to be an orangey energy gun. It was kind of gonna be like this guy's. This guy's sword, rather. Red orangey. If you can imagine it without being over black. His sword is gonna be over black though. That's sort of why I don't want to do green, because everything else is so warm hued except for the black of the armor, which is cool. I think that I like the effect that gives. Everything else is pulled towards warm tones, but then the armor itself really pops. The parts of his armor that are black. Oh, photo window way. Oh yeah, that's a thing I did. Like a sword there. I forget. Yeah, I don't know why I don't have my OBS open. I have 2 monitors. I'm not using them. Whoa, picture. We're technology war, and we're advancing. The fact that people in chat couldn't see how cool my non-metallic metal was really hurt my ego, so I had to put up an image, a reference, so no one ever forgets that I am the goat. The goat lurking within the face cord. Also, I am calling asleep. That's fine. That's fine. It's just bad. You need more shininess on what? The armor? Or the non-metallic metal, or what? It's just bad. I mean, yeah, sounds like a good idea. I'm the hater in chat. I still don't know what you're saying. You're saying the non-metallic metal looks bad? That thing looks great. I mean, I think there's some cool, like, specular highlights. I don't know. Looks good to me. I presume you're not talking about the white. Are doing bronze and rusty gold and silver, or normal gold and first one? If you want old gold, yeah, I assume unless you mean patina. I think, but it depends if you have like weird metallic shades. Yeah, the first one sounds good. If you're talking about like a more like a really not corroded, you know, but like gold that you found at the bottom of like a river after 1,000 years, I think you maybe go for a slightly different look. But if you want like just like old, aged gold, I think the method you outlined, that first one, will look great. If that's like similar to myself, you want like a more desaturated gold hue, that's what you go for. Specifically, that last highlight of silver is gonna really make it look great. Oh, you know what I'm just now remembering? This wasn't for this stream. This was for last stream. I was supposed to buy the Bean Boozled things. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Instead of just waiting through traffic, I'll probably find... see if there's a Five Below near my school and head on. I'm surprised they also had Five Below by them. I never thought that was like a national. Maybe it is. I'll probably only do a couple steps up. I wasn't it to give off the weird shit. Yeah, I mean, I think what you said there would look good. Still have no clue what I want to do with his shoulder, by the way. Like what color that's gonna be, but we'll figure it out. I believe is national, maybe be international. Yeah, I'd believe it. But I guess I believe it now that I know it's not just the Northeast thing. Now, for Five Below, they've got a very forward-thinking mindset, because unlike the Dollar Tree, you know, their name's inflation proof. Well, up to an extent, of course, but you open yourself up to a lot more business. Do you use your headcanon think matte with shiny metallics? I always assume Ceramite's like has like a sort of smooth ceramic finish to it that I attempt to replicate on my paint jobs. That's always how I imagine Ceramite looking. I never imagined it was like a proper metal, a proper metallic with like an exposed metallic sheen. I guess then the question comes, you have Templars like the Minotaurs who are glossy, like what is that? Is that, or like who are like a metallic color? Is that like a paint applied to Ceramite? I think, because I feel like it would be cool if that was like their own technique of making armor. Which it is for something like Grey Knights. I'm not sure that would necessarily also apply to stuff like Minotaurs or like Celestial Lions. Agreed. Also, why is the damage to the armor shown as metallic if it's ceramic? So my headcanon was, because it's ceramite, right? I always assumed the way it works is it's like a brittle, like ceramic metal composite. I always assumed it was like some sort of metal that works to have a ceramic like property that makes it extraordinarily hard. Obviously, it's brittle then, and that's why Space Marines often have to do shit like this, where they have all these binding studs to repair and fix their armor. Because if you do ever get like a blast can shot or something that it can actually just punch through ceramite, I assume it just like cracks open. Not even like a chip or a dent. I always assumed it was like a ceramic plate, right? Like in a plate carrier. Well, that's always been my again. Of course, I may be incorrect. This might be outlined somewhere that I'm not aware of, but that's always how I viewed Space Marine armor, at least. Oh, I never did the skull thing. Yeah, let me do that. So for a long time, I had the love of an army painter paint called Dark Stone. I use it in basically every scheme I did. I've moved over to this warm, dark warm gray from Monument Hobbies Pro Acryl, which is very similar, but it doesn't have the same. It's not exactly the same, but I am starting to like this one. It has a consistency I really like. I often have to like water down and add thinner to that dark stone color, and this one I don't have to because my hobbies that has sort of more highly pigmented, but sometimes a little bit waterier paint. More watery paints, if I can actually speak. But yeah, it's good. It's cool. Is no so bad. I also might be calling the stream pretty soon, guys. I know this is like a shorter one. This is mainly as a thing to do tonight because Base wasn't streaming. I figured this might be an interesting thing. I'll probably be back at it Thursday. I'll definitely be back at it over the weekend though. We're gonna do at least one stream over the weekend, and I will start on some videos. I might even, Gino, we might start sharing the Black tutorial. I have an idea for, you know, a good title slash I guess you say hook for that video. But it's gonna make the Black tutorial take a lot longer actually. But we're gonna be live streaming some stuff. So you know. Thursday. You're finally getting your Black tutorial and you're laughing it off, your precious Black tutorial. I let you in because I don't think there's too many other people. My black... It was 5 ways. Did I say 7? Are you making me do more? Or make me do more work? It's supposed to be 5 ways. I was gonna use the Shakewell song 5 ways. I don't know if you know. I already got the YouTube short in mind. I've been listening to a little bit more rap recently. I've always had a soft spot for like some of the more like aggressive, like old Memphis rap and drill, and also like the newer sort of Florida-based stuff. Well, I assume there's a pretty small overlap of rap fans and Games Workshop Warhammer fans. I assume that's not. A lot of metalheads, which is nice. I mean, usually the genre I listen to the most, but. But you said 7, but I really. I have 5. I'm gonna do 5. I'm not doing 8. I'm not doing 7. I'm doing 5. 5 ways to paint black. I hope you know, Gino, the more you add to this, the longer it's gonna take for that tutorial to come out. So realistically, you should be trying to make me do less. Quite a few of them I haven't tried. Like I've never tried really. I do it for vehicles, but I didn't like it. Which is like airbrushing black. Realistically, I can do some permutations, make it sort of easier. Like, oh, what if I'll be some Kendrick, Biggie, Nas. Prof and Watsy, yeah. I mean, I think everyone likes Kendrick. Kendrick's good. Actually, I did listen to Damn and to Pimp a Butterfly this year. So I can't be hating Kendrick. Oh god, noises. Oh, I never finished the metallic on his gun here. The neighborhood kids, no. I assume that there may be like a little bit more of a classic thing, just given their previous comment. A little bit more old school, but I'm not familiar. I'm really tempted to continue with the reds here, but I might call it a night. I do have some work I need to still be doing because I fell asleep early and I'm probably gonna have to work through the night. So it was fun, Gino. Let me just see one thing. If we have gone, all right. I also like my funk grime rap. Nathan supporting Nathan's. One only. Whenever it's the funk, if you, I just realized how I keep peeking my mic. If you're listening to funk A lot of the beats always remind me of like old Memphis rap. It reminds me of like Tommy Wright the Third. Most of those guys were doing beats on like they were using like pre-made beats on like a drum machine that they stole. All right, Gio, I will not end the stream if I've gotten at least one sub over the course of the entire stream. Gio, I have not gotten a single sub. I'm still at 53. Stream is over. Stream is canceled, Gino. I've got 11 views though. Like at least 7 people that haven't subbed. I'm pretty sure Threads and Grave are, and you have multiple channels besides that. I mean, you say that, but half the time that base is like, yeah. It sounds like whenever I hear funk, it sounds like a attempt to replicate that style, which it's fair. But there is something I think very endearing about I guess you could call it the Geno Sleeps Forever until Black tutorial released. Gino, we'll be recording the Black tutorial this weekend. I don't know how long it'll take for me to finish 5 Black Space Marines, but we'll be getting footage. Unfortunate. Hey, Joe, there's always VODs. If you can't join live, put me on during your commute or something. I don't know. Oh, I forgot he has his little scrolls back here. Oh, god damn it. More white. More white I gotta be painting. I always wake up to one of you guys. You like leave us on overnight? Like what? Or oh no, probably you have the stream on and then it recommends you the VOD. That would make sense. Oh, these like there's like scroll case of metallic detail. Gino, there's like Gino, there's like scroll cases back here of like metallic details. Do I not have I somehow forced myself to do non-metallic metal on these like pointless scroll cases that are only visible from a single angle? Is that really what we're doing here? Like no way I actually paint that, right? Oh, and it just recommends. Well, yeah, because you're probably in here a lot, so it's like, oh, YouTube like this guy or these guys, right? And just eventually, my VODs get like a weird amount of traffic later on. Usually not too much watch time, but just like quite a few views. I'm like, where are all these people I'm live? I was live, I got like 7 views, and then somehow over the next week, like 20 more people watched it. Look at that. If you are watching this from a VOD, make sure you let me know. Comment below. I'm like genuinely interested now. How do you find this video? I've been tempted to do some more video game and like not Warhammer stuff on this channel. But I feel like that might be like an algorithm death sentence. Oh, actually, no, though. But yeah, I more so mean like if randomly on this channel I start doing a few like gaming streams or something, right? I start playing Morrowind or something on stream. What would YouTube think of that, and would they hate me? Would YouTube not invite me to prom? Great rapper, will always recommend it. I'm in the Midwest emo phase. Oh. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Sorry. Why is the default the top chat? That's stupid. Oh yeah, I'm not saying that name. You know, Jim, open up Spotify. See on Spotify. That's Lil. Does he have Lil in front of his name? Ooh, okay. Hold on. I assume this is the guy. I'm gonna follow him on Spotify. I'll listen to some of his stuff later. Why does it have top chat on by default? I need to hear what all my numerous fan have to say. He's on everything. Okay, this is the guy. No, I assumed, but I'm not gonna say that out loud. I don't think that's good for SEO. I know I'm usually like not the most child-friendly guy on here, but I think YouTube definitely will not invite me out to prom if I start if I start saying that word on the regular. I that sounds cool. It's sort of like new wave of like aggro like metal. It's not even new, right? There was like a bunch of and like even 2016, which is new in like a cosmic sense, but the sort of like more modern genre of like aggro screamo rap is quite good. I do not hate it one bit. That Golden Demon guy recommended me he was these are crazy albums he's popped off in the past. Albums. Swamp. Okay, yeah, USD. Alright. Ooh, it's like new. Alright, we'll see. Oh, I was talking to that Golden Demon guy, and he told me like every one of those guys always glazes Chimera red, and then he like even gave me a link to where I could buy it, and I didn't buy it. Oh yeah, I think that's always the best. Like getting really early onto something. Um, I used to watch like a lot of YouTube like video game stuff, and there was like this guy Manlore Gaming. I remember watching him many years ago, very early on, thinking, "Oh man, this guy's fit great." Now he's like huge. He has like his own like little game. I don't know what it even is. Hood Horse is like a game studio, I think. I think he's like a producer or something. I don't know. But he's like mainstream now, like to the point where he's influential in the video game sphere. And that's always like a cool thing to see. I never like knew the guy or financially support him or anything, but it's like, oh wow. C process, they'll be big one day. Palette knife. Palette knife's keyframe is a Sonic adventure in serene melodies. Okay. We have two seemingly very different artists to be listening to tomorrow on our commute. I haven't looking for some new bands though, so maybe this will liven up my day tomorrow. Oh, I need to go back into the VOD and remember what. $236. I don't fucking 236 subs. I wish I did. My same, like my both my YouTube mix and my Spotify, like, no, the Spotify mix is kind of shitty because like I'll try using their Discover Weekly feature, and sometimes it's okay. So half the time it just it recommends me nothing but like bad metalcore I don't like, or like goth indie, which is fine occasionally, but I feel like it just doesn't know what to do for me. It's like, oh, you might like these. It's only those two genres. I thought palette knife. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. I might need to look into Streamlabs because apparently neither Warden nor Face use OBS. Well, listen to everything except country, from Wu-Tang to Laffy. Gio, I need to be honest with me. How does Mini look? Because I feel like I'm having a real like tear up moment. Given that this is like my second time trying out a non-metallic metal. My first one was last week. I think it looks really good. I think a lot of the elements that I'm finished on look good. And there's still a lot more work to do, and it's already looking like a beautiful model. Okay. Yeah, I need to get that like live chat readout thing going. I saw Warren implement that semi recently. It's not even for like when I'm watching on my desktop, but I noticed that it's really nice to have when you're going on mobile. You're not really interacting too much in the chat yourself. Too confident? You shouldn't be too confident. I think it looks good. People always tell me confidence is key. You know, here you are putting me down. Also, I'll keep talking music for hours. You gotta stop me. You're good. I'm down to read about you talking music. Gotta chat about something, right? Whether it's weird Subarus or like Sonic indie music guy. I don't even know what genre it is because I haven't listened to it yet, but I saw something about Sonic in the Spotify description. Were you a big Sonic guy, Gino? That's like one of those things I never got. I had one of the games for the Game Boy, and I never really got the hype. Hop Fildar are my favorite bands I found last year. I learned Fildar stands for fuck it, dog, life's a risk. Now I was a platform player? Yeah, never was I really. But I could like get Mario. I never got Sonic, if that makes sense. He feels like a bit of a knockoff, but people go crazy for that little rat. For that little rodent. Right. What was this 2 hour 45 minute? Alright. I think I might just call a stream. I don't necessarily want to go for too long. See if I can't get like better lighting here. It's like an orientation problem. Like maybe if I bring, I won't necessarily show my whole desktop here, but I'll leave you guys off with. I just so zoomed in. Don't tell me I'm going off one of my Zoom cameras. Good riddance. Whatever, I'll mess this there. Good night, guys. Have a good one.